post-ICO. What's next? With millions of euros in the bank, how does an ICO switch from raising capital to running a successful company? Benjamin Bilski, NAGA Group, Cyrus Fazel, SwissBorg, Igor Khmel, BANKEX. Moderated by Karl, Schranz, E&S Group.
Us for this event.
Hi, we are now with three ICOs who have already completed their ICOs and raised a significant amount of money. I would like you to introduce yourselves and tell us something about yourselves and the project.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Benjamin Bilski. I'm the founder of NAGA. NAGA is a stock-listed company and, at the German Stock Exchange in Frankfurt. We're listed and we ran our ICO in December 2017. And we raised 50 million from 63,000 investors. And we focus on cryptocurrencies, obviously now, on financial trading and gaming. So this is kind of a very short overview.
Great. My name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg. At SwissBorg, we're really democratizing wealth management. We were very fortunate to finish our ICO pretty much the same date in December and January of this year. We raised 52 million US dollars out of 149 countries, which was great. Right now, we have a CHSB token that is being used within our network, and our proof is the meritocracy, making sure that everyone who contributes within our network gets rewarded.
My name is Igor Khmel. I'm the founder and CEO of BANKEX. We made ICO last year in November, December, and sold tokens for 72,000 Ether. Our model is securitization 2.0, so we do origination of security token offering and the platform that are industry specific. The major product is MovieCoin, so it's fundraising for Hollywood movies that I'm working right now.
At what point of your development, at what stage are you now that you post-ICO?
Yeah, so actually, we had a very tight roadmap. As I have to say, our company comes from the old fintech industry. When I was watching crypto, it was very dynamic. So we were always focused on product delivery. So our white paper was super tight. And what we did is, because we were more about financial trading and gaming, we built up our crypto ecosystem first. So we started off with a coin, obviously, with the ICO. So we launched the ICO, then we gave it a utility. So we made it happen that you can use your NAGA coin, our own coin, in our apps to invest into stocks. So you can fund with your NAGA coin and buy an Apple share, sell it, and you make profits in NAGA coins. Then obviously we were missing a wallet, so that people can store the NAGA coins. So we developed a wallet. After the wallet, we have released a card, a contactless MasterCard, and I think we are actually one of the few companies that has a card out that works, so it's fully connected to this ecosystem. And today, I just wanted also to take the opportunity, because it's a very nice crowd and super nice conference. We are releasing our own exchange at this moment, so my team is watching. So nagax.com will be released today. So this closes the whole circle in terms of our ecosystem, so we can have the whole utility in our platforms. So this is where we are at. And a last thing is that we will focus also on more on STOs as a company. We did an IPO, we did an ICO, so we know how to structure. And we will also support with our exchange STOs, because actually we have an own brokerage in Cyprus, which is an underwriter and was an underwriter of our own IPO. So we know how to do it, and this is kind of also something to contribute in the crypto ecosystem.
Cyrus?
Great. Maybe just before digging into what we're doing and essentially what we're offering as solutions, as there's a lot of ICO contenders and a lot of people dreaming about it, I'm just going to walk you through what we've been thinking and applying after our ICO, right? So after an ICO, what happens is that you're fucking super, super tired, okay? This is how it is. You get to a point where you've done your campaign, you've been touring the world to actually get funding. And then you get, thanks to the community, 60,000 or a little bit less or a little bit less, and you get a great amount of money. And that's great. But in order to get that money and preserve that money and make sure that that money is going to transfer from an ICO stage to hopefully one of the best fintech going forward, I think so there's a lot of different stages that any ICO has to dig into it, which is one of the first thing is treasury management. So a lot of people, we've raised a big amount of money, but it was in crypto. And I'm not saying you should shift everything to fiat, but what you have to do is actually actively manage your portfolio, like covering it with hedges. And that's something I think so we're quite proud of doing, because the market has dropped 80%, right? If we kept everything in crypto and we didn't actively trade it, today we will roughly have only 10 million left, which is not the case. We have over 30 today. So that's one thing that people should really look into it. Then number two, and the reason why 80% of ICO fails after, is governance models. EY, KPMG, and all the big four people, they're not here for no reasons, and they're not structuring companies for no reasons. So if you guys don't have a clear guidance how to do these things, or a great company such as yours, you really have to make sure that you're in good hands and you're tax-wise, legal-wise, you're going through the good framework and you're actually applying these rules to make sure you're be able to do your business. Third thing, having a clear business model, making sure that your token is in the center of that business model, making sure that if the owners of that token, of our CHSB, are the one who have access to products, get discounts, get rewards based on that token. So making sure the token economy of your DAO, decentralized automation, is really the paramount. And then obviously is recruiting the best people, recruiting the best talents. That's something that is very fundamental. And working out in a lot of different places. As we all know here on the stage, we're all based in different countries, we're quite decentralized, but we have different activities based on which licenses are pretty much open or not open. And the reason why we're all here today in Malta is that because I think so the Prime Minister and MFSA had taken a very good choice of actually how to make crypto legit. So those are, for me, the four big things that you have to not only develop, but think about it every day when you've finished your ICO.
Yeah, so I would like to announce, so we got the license yesterday for a few days ago for security token, utility token exchange and utility custody here in Malta, and we plan to apply for security token exchange and security custody as well here. So Malta, we found Malta the most friendly jurisdiction for us in terms of getting and serving our clients. And for us, the main thing was to switch from so we come to the crypto from traditional banking world, and I used to run innovation lab for the biggest bank back in Russia, and worked before that in Citadel hedge fund in Chicago, so many financial institutions. And I came for crypto because to disrupt financial world. And right now I'm applying the same techniques back to financial institutions. So, and I found difficult to prove them that we are not like another crypto company, but they were a real player and we are the same guys, and they have to talk to us. And they're spending many things. We are working with the ranking agencies. We are founding the auditor. So we're getting many things that is required in order to prove to financial institutions that we are the same animal and they should work with us. So by end of the days, right now we do equity fundraise also because we need institutional money to endorse our custody, and we cannot to make insurance, to get insurance like BitGo from Lloyd's or something similar, or fundraise from Goldman Sachs. So we're reaching out to the same financial institutions and come to the same endpoint as these guys who never did the ICO. So it's kind of challenging, but this is like a new way, and it's a very interesting time to be there, very turbulent. I completely agree that cash management is very important for the post-ICO. We were not so good in that as you was. Yeah, but it still should be done. Right now, it's much easier than it used to be 1 year ago, so because right now you already have custodies in place. We have many developing exchange infrastructure. We have some banks that start to be more friendly, opening accounts. So it's doable just to have like pay attention on that and find the right providers.
Okay, Igor, yourself. How do you manage to manage your investor expectations while still focusing on your development? I mean, we know in crypto, investors don't expect a 20% return annually, even though that would be a fantastic return in any other market.
First of all, don't treat them as investors. They're not investors. Yeah. So they start from that. So they bought tokens and they bought services that is the tokens used for. Right now, for us, the major case for usage of tokens is the custody. So if somebody wants to use custody for free, not to pay money, they need to keep this like 3% of their assets in tokens. And this is what they bought for. And if they're not happy with the exchange rate and they really bought this because of the investment purposes, then they're free to go and sell this on the exchange. So, and we quite straightforward in that. And when people start to ask us, oh, what's your report, show us. We made in revenue this year $8 million about that. Like we do audit right now, but we are not supposed to explain all that to token buyers. We just treat them well. We explain that what the service, how the tokens can be used. But in terms of the audit questions and governance, it's everything for venture capital and for equity investors. And we still haven't had the equity investors, so we don't have equity financing yet. So we are only in this process. So we just separate and be clear that there's two different animals.
Cyrus, any challenges that you experienced post your ICO? I mean, for example, we were speaking before about human resource management.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of, I mean, we're in crypto, so this is probably a synonym in another language for challenges. And there's a lot of challenges on cybersecurity. There's challenges on the legal side, getting the custody banks working with you, getting credibility with governments, and making sure that you're not just a fade. You're actually the future of finance. You're the future of fintech. You're the future of whatever industry you're taking over. And I think so, you go slowly and slowly. No one really, really understand the technology, but you then try to educate people, and that's what we've been doing a lot recently. Is edutainment, we call it. So organize meetups or similar conference like that, making sure that actually I'm a lecturer in different universities around Europe, and making sure that you're actually explaining to people what you're doing. I think so. This is a great thing, and understanding as well what is the purpose of blockchain. And one of the purpose, what we think, besides decentralization, and the freedom, is in the shared economy. People want to have ownership out of our data. And for us, this is really one of the paramount as well. So we'll be releasing very soon in our mobile app, SwissBorg app, is that you'll have the possibility to go from, let's say, €1 to invest into crypto. But more importantly, you could go from €1 to buy a basket of cryptos. And you're not buying into a fund. You're actually buying the strategy, and that strategy is buying these different underlyings that's going into your wallet directly. So you're actually holding the keys of your future by holding the data of your future. And this, for us, is one of the very big challenge for us, because how to do that is super complicated. But we're working on it for 1.5 years to making sure we have a great order management system, best execution venue, and making sure we have very secured multi-signature wallet. And that's what we're building, and that's one of our big challenges right now.
And yourself?
Yeah, I mean, we had a large community, right? 63,000 investors, 5 million unique visitors on the webpage in 2.5 weeks. I mean, it was crazy. So what we were actually handling, or our challenge, is mainly to fight against this wrong perception of what a token should, or your investment should do. So impatience is a big thing. So I believe, or we believe at NAGA, that only product delivery and building a utility can overcome this impatience in some way, because once you deliver something and it works, then you get the trust back. And this is why we don't even listen to our investors, yeah, because they are not investors, they're contributors. We appreciate them very, very much. We involve them into the product building. But yeah, the challenge is basically really to deliver. This is very important, especially if you come from the, let's say, traditional side of equity financing and raising. So we founded the company in 2015, and we went IPO in 2017, which was not reverse IPO, but a proper IPO. So And audit and corporate governance, and especially how your company is built up, is super, super important in that stage. So you cannot fake and trick. And this kind of faking and tricking in the ICO space, which we saw, we were shocked, right? So we kind of still have the challenge to edutain, like you say, because it's really like this. So we want to make people believe that what we do with our agenda works. And I strongly believe if you deliver, if you build a product, and there's a specific patience, which every investor usually has, VCs, their vision is 5 to 7 years. Here it was like, the token is not X6 or something after 6 months. You know, like this is the biggest challenge, I think.
Igor, future plans for BANKEX?
Future plans. So to become a crypto Goldman Sachs, basically, to build, we are both two worlds. So we do financial services, we do technological white label solutions, and at the same time we do some financial services for crypto, which require licensing. And those two worlds, they're like in the US we do only white label IT services, like in Europe and Asia we start to do licensing. And these things are developing, and we're in the process of talking to building very interesting partnership with the companies that already built a good job, like in tokenization of different industries, like in art, for instance, it's CDEX, Codex, some others, and we partner them in order to make securitization in the industries. And for us, it's like a gold rush. So we're in competition with the companies like IBM, Consensus, about establishing standards for tokenization of particular industry, and make sure that our standard is underwritten by at least $100 million of institutional money. And we hope we're about to establish the standard in movie, music, potentially art, real estate, and basically each of these established standards give us in valuation of the company like another $100 million. So it's a very interesting time to be, and I don't know where this will end, but most likely in like some very big IPO in some moment.
Cyrus?
Yeah, I think so. We're on the same path. I think with NAGA, BANKEX, other people, is that we're trying to, to bridge the off-chain banking world with the new on-chain blockchain world, and combining those both together, taking best practice from the ancient world and optimizing to get a better future. And I think so. At SwissBorg, we're really prawning the fact that we want to create an ecosystem that is, it's really relied on this meritocratic system, which is if you bring something to the table, you get rewarded. You want to make sure that anyone could get accessibility to wealth. You want to make sure that it's not just friends. It's whoever wants to contribute within our system actually gets rewarded. And that's how I see the world, which will be much brighter. It'll be much more transparent. And you won't need to rely on middlemen and companionship to go to golf courses with rich people to actually earn what you have trusted and what you've really worked in. So really making something better and more optimized.
For us as well, access is very important. And I want to just make this one statement that we want to have the NAGA coin as the Bitcoin for stock trading. So I say Bitcoin, why? Because it was the icebreaker in terms of mass adoption. People understood what it is. So we really want to have this one currency that you can invest with a crypto coin into physical shares via our own platform. So this is kind of our vision, and to make it accessible in any country in the world.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. I'd like to thank our panelists here, and obviously I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.